Hello, back to back, tap tap the ba. Hello and welcome back to the Wild Hunt. My name is Beast, and today we're back with YoaMae again for once. So, I'll be keeping today's part short. Maybe wondering, Beast, is this because you're still not fine and you're forcing yourself to record? Nah. It's because yesterday I thought, you know what, my ear's feeling well again. So, but I'm not gonna record today yet. I'm gonna wait until tomorrow, aka today currently. Just to be safe, give it one more day of rest, and then I'll record on Tuesday, aka today. And yeah, this morning, for some reason, my fucking throat was really sore, and it still kind of is to a degree. But I'm stubborn, and it's not that bad. But I'm still gonna keep it short, you know. So yeah, that's all that. Now then.
いらっしゃい、朝霧くん。
Yo. Left the house and headed straight to Toyama's place. Toyama and I had safely become a couple. We continued to go out quite innocently since the day we had confirmed each other's feelings. Though I say this, nothing has changed since the times when we were just friends on the surface. It's very likely that our classmates haven't noticed many of the changes between us. Now it's summer break. Two of us have avoided supplementary lessons, so I've decided to head over to Toyama's house whenever possible. The first objective is in regard to the set piece for her clarinet. Many of the clarinets are made of wood, and it's an instrument that weakens due to change in the humidity and temperature. That means it's better to practice indoors whenever possible. I can't lend a hand when it comes to music, but despite that, I want to see Toyama practice whenever I can. The second reason for being here is because I also want to be by Toyama's side. Something funny that happened recently. Someone commented on an older video of me and was like, "Hey, speak up." I'm over here like, I'm already in the red! Can't really speak any louder! Currently I could technically speak louder. But I'm gonna mitigate that by making the entire video quieter. Aside from my voice. So yeah. It should now be easier to hear me. Actually, add like an extra -5 decibels. Boom. Yeah, Something fun I recently ran into is multiple fucking PDFs full of fucking Grand Blue D&D homebrew stuff. Which is like, damn, this is sick. And I also like the fact that they decided to not call the drafts like male and female draft, to basically gender cast them the way they are in Grand Blue. Nah, it's just the short and the tall draft, and it still says yeah, it's still primarily male and female, but you do you, I guess. We're not gonna typecast you. Which I can respect that. Yeah. And I'm reading through this, and by God, this is actually kind of sick, because all drafts get draft toughness according to this homebrew, which just increases their hit point maximum by 1 for every level, which virtually is a +2 to Constitution without actually increasing the Constitution score. So if you get that on a 20 Constitution draft with tough, your HP are basically the same as if you had a 26 in Constitution, which I feel like that's kind of busted. So yeah, Barbarian it up with that one. Anyways. And then there's also something that I think should be more common. A specific sub-race for the Harvin, the Defiant Harvin, which has an ability, Surprising Physique. You do not have disadvantage on attack rolls with heavy weapons due to your size. Your base walking speed increases to 35. It finally circumvents the stupid rule that small characters can't use heavy weapons. I hate that rule with a fucking passion. Anyways, it is a simple reason.
なんか恥ずかしいな。
YoaMae, who was in her clarinet playing pose, glances at me, standing beside her. It's not like I'm in front of you. There's no reason to be embarrassed to stare.
そうだけど、実は部活を引退してからあんまりクラリネットに触ってなくて。まさかこんなことになるとは思わなかったから、基礎練習サボり気味なんだよね。
YoaMae laughs.
まあ要するに下手くそだから笑わないでってことですよ。
I won't. Firstly, I'm an amateur, so I don't think I'd understand the slight adjustment there. By the way, what do you do for basic practice?
基本はロングトーンとスケール。ちなみにロングトーンは一つの音をひたすら長く出す練習なの。音がブレないように一定のレベルに保たせるのが目的かな。
Let me set that, she lets out a test note. Oh. Sounds like it.
これね、簡単そうに見えて結構難しいわけよ。ちょっとやってみる？
That's alright. I definitely can't do it.
まあいいじゃない。試しに。ほら。
Tried to imitate her pose that I saw for the first time, being urged on by her broad smile. Then I tried blowing. As I thought, no sound comes out. No matter how hard I blow, it won't make the sound of air coming out.
お分かりのように強く吹けばいいってもんじゃないんですよ。あと力が入りすぎると猿顔になるから注意ね、朝霧くん。もっとこう振動させる感じで。
As I thought, the sound is completely different from an amateur. I have a great deal of respect for her for only that. YoaMae was continuing her long tone, suddenly she stiffens. What's wrong?
なんでもない。
She blushes in comparison. Come on, just tell me.
関節キスだなーって。
We've already had an actual one, so an indirect one shouldn't be that big of a deal. Them acting that way is much too cute. I'm driven by an impulse of wanting to hug her. I can't get in the way of her practice. Pull back my outstretched hand. Turn my consciousness in a different direction. Hey. Has the day when your parents return been decided? Thomas' parents are currently on a world tour. However, they'll be performing in Japan for a few days during summer break. They'll use that time to return home.
多分8月の上旬から中旬くらいになると思う。公演の日にちは決まってるんだけど、この家に帰れる日はまだわかんないんだ。
I see. First week or so of August to the middle of the month. So I think it's the first week or so. That's not much time. So I say that, or I should say that there's hardly any time at all. Will we make it in time?
間に合わせる。多分これが最後のチャンスだと思うから。だから。朝霧くんがいてくれてよかった。一人だったら多分無理だったと思うし。
Oh, by the way, I have a new screen now. Gaze upon it. Better than the small dinky screen I was left with after the old one broke. 160 is what this one cost. No, I'm not fucking cash again. At least I thought I didn't. Then it turned out that someone sent me cash like a month back, and PayPal was holding it back for some fucking reason to like investigate if it was alright to send it over, which is like fucking weird. So I at least have like some cash now, which I have plans for already. Because Monochrome Mobius is coming out in December, and I'm not passing up on that. By the way, someone actually gifted me Renai Royale, which, I'll be honest, I was not actually intending on playing it. Asa Project is the kind of thing where I just don't 100% trust them anymore, because while their humor is on point, their romance decisions are not. Like, Jesus. Either way, and I do know one Asa Project game that came out that no matter how many people try to give me the game to play it, I will fucking not. Because the entire premise is that the MC is a college student, like, goes to like a fucking mixer and ends up like waking up in a hotel the next morning naked next to a girl, and both of them think that they slept together even though they didn't. So the girl basically is like, okay, you gotta take responsibility. He's okay, so they start going out, and then like afterwards, his long-term like one unrequited crush walks up to him like, be happy, I'm requiting your love, we're going out now. And he's just like, yeah, and then he just sits there like, fuck. So yeah, the entire visual novel is just cheating fuck, apparently. I don't remember what it's called, hold on. Ignore that. Futamata Renai, that's what it's called. An absolute lovely awakening, the chirping of birds and somebody's warmth. I'll have to take responsibility, so he'll be my boyfriend from now on, got it? He was supposed to be taking care of a girl he met at a mixer, Toiro Kirame. However, he was mistaken for having an one-night stand with her. The both of them unable to comprehend the situation. The protagonist, Koga, now is made to take responsibility. I'll agree to go out with you, be glad, Koga. However, his unrequited love, Nobutta Yua, suddenly declares that they will be dating. Having been expressing his love for a while, he's unable to decline at that point. And just like that, having made two girlfriends, our protagonist happily makes his debut as a two-timing sack of shit. Maintaining his two relationships, he worries about what he would do from then on. Then his relationships begin to change, and what's more, his girlfriends begin to suspect him, driving him further and further up the wall. Will he dive into the quicksand of love that threatens to sink him further than two-timing, or will he be seeking out a happy ending where nobody is hurt? How will this story that begins with two separate spontaneous romances unfold? Thoroughly unpredictable, the curtain draws on this quagmire of a love comedy. So yeah. Fuck everything this stands for. But funnily, Umino Miyako, one of the characters in this game, really remind me of Momoka from Love for Hire. aka one of my best girls personally, because I really like him. Oh no, one of the moms in this game is hot. It's not the MC's mom, don't worry about it. It's one of the main girls' moms. One of the characters in Renai Royale is called Skebe Ai. The parents on this person clearly do not love her.
ありがとう。
Toyama resumes practice after saying that with embarrassment. Thank you very much. Work shift hours were centered on dinner time since I entered the summer break. I go to Toyama's house during the day and then work during the evening. And then at night I'd head toward the riverbank to walk the Italians. This summer break lifestyle I've decided on.
お、今日も張り切ってるね、達也くん。これがいわゆる恋の魔法ってやつか。
Heidi mentions that you might be right. Toyama is doing her best to move towards her single goal. Makes me feel like I have to do my best too when I watch her. Just that in my case, working is what I'm doing at my best at studying. That's my duty as a student. Jin. Caught the Jin who suddenly showed up beside me during my break. Can I ask you something?
なんだい？もう夫婦喧嘩でもしたのかね？
Kinda feels like he's been using that manner of joking to tease me lately. Natsuki. Just let it out. No, we aren't married anyway.
まあ細かいことはいいじゃないか。で、なんだい？深刻な顔しちゃって。
Nah, it's nothing important. I was just wondering what your dream was when you were a student.
ありすぎてよく覚えてないな。宇宙飛行士にもなりたかったし、考古学者にもなりたかったし、宝石商にカリスマ美容師に、漆塗り職人に俳優に税理士に、喫茶店のイケメンマスターに専業主婦にフォークシンガーにと回り回って結局親父の背中にたどり着いたわけさ。
I keep how he went around too much to myself. But I think that's kind of amazing. Having that many things he wanted to do means that's just how many possibilities he had. I'm not the sort of type with great curiosity to challenge anything. I'm the type to work hard at the things I'm able to do. So there are times I feel jealous when I look at people like Jin. Well, name of Jin is a little too extreme.
達也くんはもう進路を決めたのかい？
Yes, I'll move up into a university and study the moon.
おお、素晴らしい進路じゃないか。
Thank you very much. I bow down.
でもまだ迷ってる？
No, but Jin is sharp as expected. It's not that I'm hesitant about my future plans. It's just that look at someone who's trying their hardest and moving towards one goal. The difference in their enthusiasm compared to mine surprises me. Then I become just a little envious. Okay, settle down. After dinner, I bring the Italians to drop by the riverbank. Arabi's antenna reacts promptly. That silhouette falling along the river line belongs to Toyama. Toyama!
Asagiri-kun!
Toyama waves her hand. Arabi and I start running, fighting for the lead. You've been practicing the entire time after I went home. Sit down beside her at the edge of the river and talk to her.
ロングトーンとスケールを延々と。
Hours upon hours, huh? I call that simplistic task. Nah, I shouldn't call it simplistic.
まあ、確かにやってることはカラフルな作業ではないわね。
Do I understand what I was thinking? She's getting this on.
でもあれはスポーツにおける筋トレみたいなものだからさ。
I see. I can understand if she puts it like that. I thought this for a while, but Toyama is very skilled at teaching things to people. It's just sad of her that got selected as the wind instrument's first chair. You're amazing, Toyama.
え？
I unintentionally speak that out. Feel envious of Toyama, but I think she's even more dazzling than that. The place Toyama is aiming for is extremely high. It's like she wants to eventually fly there.
私なんて全然すごくなくて。
She suddenly talks on and
目
on.
立ちたがり屋だけど主役ってキャラでもないし、女の子らしくもないし、朝も弱いし、ガサツだし、不器用だし、成績だって大したことないし、それなのになんで朝霧くんが私を選んでくれたのか全然わからなくって。っていうか、なんで？
It's as if her expression says she doesn't agree with this. Even if you ask me, it's because I love all the parts as you spoke of just now. Ah, she's broken. Like, button up a little bit more. Because I'm like hot, but at the same time I don't want too much air to reach my throat. It's potentially making things worse for myself.
やっぱ朝霧くんって変わってる
Huh? Can't believe
わ。
that.
だってさ、よく考えてごらんよ。そんなとこ好きになる人なんていないっつーの。
There is, right here.
え
Me. You tell if Toyama is blushing even in the darkness. Although Toyama is normally assertive, she's weak when challenged on a straight match.
朝霧くんってさ、昔からそういうキャラだっけ？
I wonder. It's like my natural side comes out when I talk with you. Yeah. I'm naturally excited when I'm with Toyama. But other than that, it's really relaxing with her. Feel very much like myself without having to overdo it. It's probably because there's a love that started from being friends.
ねえ朝霧くん。
ん？
あの課題曲をね、なんとかお父さんたちに披露できたら、デートしようよ。
Date? Toyama
今は
nods.
まだ無理だけど、やるべきことが終わったら。
Date, huh? Doesn't sound bad. Actually, that sounds really nice. Alright. It's a date then.
よーし来た。
Where should we go then?
あれ食べに行こっか。マウンテンカレ
Give me a break already.
ー。じゃあ、水着とか買いに行きたい。
That's good. Figure if Toyama in a swimsuit pops into my mind. That might be good.
なんかエッチなこと考えてない？
Nope, no way.
ふーん。
I'm telling the truth.
ほー。
She definitely doubts me. After that, we continue talking about various things while staring at the river's surface. No matter how much we talk, there's no end to what topics Toyama can come up with. It's not that wanting to hold hands, wanting to hug her, wanting to kiss her, and lots of other things aren't on my mind. But we're only talking next to each other. I'm satisfied enough with just this. What if Toyama also feels the same way? I hope she does. It's been approximately 1 week since Toyama started her basic practices. She finally made up with her lack of practice as a result of practicing daily. Even to an amateur like me, I can tell that Toyama's notes are getting sharper day by day. She was desperate to regain her senses back at first. Now she's good enough to finish the set piece that she had started on.
いた。
What's wrong? Toyama had been deeply concentrated on playing until now holds down her mouth.
大丈夫、大丈夫。
Is she having trouble using her lower lip? It's kind of weird pronunciation.
あははは。初心者みたいなことしちゃった。
Having said that, Toyama sticks out her tongue and licks her lower lip. The inside of her gum is slightly oozing with blood when I take a good look. What the heck?
クラリネット吹くときって、下唇の内側に負担がかかるんだよね。なんていうか、下の前歯とリードに挟まれるような感じに。あ、てててて。
According to her, the clarinet usually hits the inside of her lower lips by her teeth when she's playing it. When she puts in more force than necessary after playing it for a long time, that part starts to hurt. She has to cover her teeth with an oil-absorbent paper when she's playing in order to alleviate the pain. Clarinets seem like they're a lot of work.
慣れればそういうこともなくなるんだけどね。はあ、私も焼きが回ったもんだわ。
Toyama laughs shrilly. Actually, it's not about her being a beginner and not being used to it. Isn't practicing too much the problem here? She has to try extremely hard to produce results in a short time. In fact, Toyama spends most of her days practicing. She only meets me at night by the riverbank when it comes to breaks. Don't push yourself too much. There's no use in saying that, but I had to say it.
大丈夫。見た目ほど痛くないって。それに腕が折れたとか頭打ったとかに比べれば可愛いもんでしょ。
I don't think being hurt is a walk in the park or anything, though. Even though I tell her that, Toyama only smiles slightly. She takes a deep breath and readies her clarinet again. Words won't reach her anymore now that she's gotten to this point. Her entire consciousness is put into just one note. Toyama's face when she's like that is beautiful from the bottom of my heart.
Tatsuya!
The next day, Natsumi calls out to me after dinner is
今
over.
日緑に会う
Yeah, that's what I plan on doing.
じゃあ、これ渡しといて。
Natsuki hands me a big paper bag after saying that. Bottom of the bag is slightly hot when I touch it. What is this?
なんだこれとは失礼ね。お弁当よ、お弁当。
Did you make it?
今の間は何？
She knits her brows and stares at me with her arms folded. No, I didn't really mean anything by it.
ふーん、緑。どうせろくなもの食べてないんじゃないかと思って。暇だったから、ちょっと作ってみた。
I see. Natsuki doesn't know what Toyama is currently doing in specific. However, she knows that she's extremely devoting herself to something. And that something is everything to Toyama right now. Seems that's the situation she's vaguely grasped. I think Toyama will be overjoyed. Thanks.
私には、これぐらいしかできないからさ。もし何か困ったことがあったら、いつでも呼んでって伝えて。
Sure. Natsuki looks at me like she has still has something to add. What?
いや、別にいいんだけどさ。達也って、緑のこと、まだ遠山って呼んでるわけ？
It doesn't matter, does it? That's how I've been distressing her for a long time. Can't change that now. I was going to tell Natsuki that along with some other things,
今
but...
度さ、みどりんって呼んでみれば？真っ赤になってる！へえ、達也も意外と照れ屋なんだね。
Thank God with a heavy heart as I get the sense that I can't follow up with a retort.
聞いて聞いて。
Toyama had some news waiting for me that day. The advisor of the Wind Instrument Club is willing to go along with the accompaniment for the set piece.
本当だったら、お母さんに弾いてもらえばいいんだけど、仕事が忙しくて頼めないし、何よりびっくりさせたいもんね。
The set piece seems to have been the first completed in synchronization with the piano. It would be the best if she asks her mom, but she can't do that right now. So when will you be practicing together with the teacher?
それが、夏休み中は先生も忙しくてね。
Toyama casts her eyes
多
down.
分、一緒に合わせられるのは本番直前になっちゃいそうなんだ。
That's quite harsh. I could help her if I had played the piano before, but I can't just learn how to play
ああ、
overnight.
でもね、もともと先生とは付き合いも長いし、一日もあれば多分息は合わせられると思うんだ。
Having said that, Toyama
楽
smiles.
譜を見せたら、この曲ならすぐ弾けるって言ってくれたし。
I see. In that case, it seems that there's no need to worry. Toyama has mostly finished with her basic practices too. And her accompaniment has been decided. All that's left is to practice the set piece and to prepare for the performance. It's almost time.
うん。
Toyama stares at the river's surface with straight eyes. The wavering gaze is fixed on her goal. Oh yeah, give the paper bag that Natsuki handed me earlier to Toyama. There's a bento that Natsuki made. Toyama's expression is on the verge of breaking down into tears. She says that you probably weren't eating anything decent.
お見通しだな。
While I'm not eating anything decent, Toyama forgets to eat once she starts to practice. She concentrates too much on the clarinet and ignores everything else. I recently noticed that's the sort of trait she
お
has.
弁当と聞いて、急にお腹が減ってきた。
Want to give it a try?
では、お言葉に甘えて。
She takes out the bento box with a grin and opens the lid. When she does,
あ
the insides are pitch black carbon. No, I mean, they're multicolored and lined up tightly inside.
うわすごっ料亭みたい
That's an overstatement, but the fact is that it's pretty fancy overall. So much time that it took to complete this bento as she thought of Toyama. See some tears seep out from the corners of her eyes. What's wrong?
ううん鬼の目にも涙ってやつだよ
Toyama says that with a dead serious look.
私さ中学に入る前にあんなことがあってそれからはずっと一人ぼっちだったんだけどでも最近はそうじゃないってことに気づいたんだ
Toyama continues to speak while staring at the bento.
私ってさいろんな人に支えられて生きてるんだなって朝霧くんと仲良くなってからそういうのに気づいた
Me?
うん
That was an unexpected remark.
3年生になってから朝霧くんと仲良くなって私がへこんだりしてる時に限って現れてさ最初はねそういうとこを見られたくないと思ってただってかっこ悪いでしょいつも明るい遠山さんがしょぼいことで悩んでる姿なんて
And once think that she was lame. Couldn't help but be bothered precisely because it was Toyama who was normally energetic. Now that I think about it, I've always been watching Toyama since then.
でもね朝霧くんに私のかっこ悪いとこ見せたら少し楽になったそういうとこ知っててくれる人がいるって思ったらなんかいろいろなことが吹っ切れたんだよ
Look up at her after she says all that.
私のこと支えててくれてありがとう一度ちゃんとお礼を言いたいと思ってたんだ
Toyama gently leans on me. Her cheeks touch my collarbone. Her skin that's tinged with heat, her thin shoulders, her trembling fingers. I seek all of it. It's become necessary to me. Toyama? I love you. I embrace her tiny frame. I hug her close and tightly. I love you.
私も好き好き好き3回言っちゃうくらい好き
The next morning, I'm taking off then.
待ってお兄ちゃん
Mike comes up to me when I was about to head out like usual. Why?
遠山さんの家に行くんでしょ
Yeah. Seems my movement patterns have already become apparent.
じゃあこれお土産
She hands me some kind of huge paper
う
bag.
ちじゃ食べきれないものとかあるからよかったら
Sure, thanks.
いえいえちょっと重いけど
Try lifting it up as a test. You can tell with my own that my own bones are creaking. What the heck did you put in there?
ね缶詰とかお米もちょっと
Eh? Why not some countryside food provider?
あって困るものじゃないと思うけどな
Fine, I'll bring it with me for the time being. There's no reason to refuse her kindness after all. Fire myself up and lift the bag of food.
よろしくねあそうだ
ん
たまには部活にも顔出してねって言っといて今さ顧問の先生も忙しくてあんまり顔出してくれないんだよね
The advisor, oh yeah, the teacher who Toyama requested for her accompaniment. Is the teacher that busy?
うん3年の担任だしいろいろあるみたい
Let's see. Well, I'll pass the message on to Toyama.
よろしく
Yeah. When I try to leave the house, Mai stares at me with an implicative look. What?
お兄ちゃんまだ遠山さんのこと名字で呼んでるの
Why is everyone concerned about that detail?
呼んであげなよみーどりん
Like I could! I'm taking off then. Leave the house in order to escape while holding the paper bag.
うわー、すごいね。
I reach Toyama's house and immediately hand her the bag of food. There's a Polonia box inside with salmon, salad oil, and canned fruits. There's also a small portion of rice along with the canned juice and seaweed. It's easy to understand that you shouldn't just share everything that you have. Sorry about this. My family might be misunderstanding something about you. Just what kind of gossip is going around? Do you think that she's a self-supporting student? The reason why Toyama hasn't been eating recently is only because she's lost herself in practice.
まあ、役得ってことでいいのかな。
Well, let's leave it at that. By the way, how's your practice coming along? Toyama's face tenses up a little when I ask her that.
そのことなんだけどね。お父さんたち、8月17日に帰ってくるって。
Have they decided? Toyama nods. 17th, which means that it'll be 16 days from now on.
だから、基礎だけじゃなく、課題曲の練習も始めようと思うんだ。
Toyama doesn't sound cheerful for some reason as she says that. What's wrong? Something happened.
何が？
Gives me a blank look. Nah, it's not. It's my imagination.
はあ、でも大丈夫かな。もう何年もあの楽譜を見ないようにしてきたからさ。本当にちゃんと演奏できるのか、ちょっと心配。
She shrugs her shoulders in disappointment. You'll be fine. Haven't you been practicing like crazy? Tell her this in a persuasive manner. It's no exaggeration to say that Toyama's skills are at a college level to begin with. Besides, even if she has taken breaks in between her performing, she's gotten a ridiculous amount of practicing. I think that she should be able to easily handle the set piece that was given to her during her elementary school years.
そうかな。
Yeah. You won't know unless you give it a try. Toyama looks slightly relieved when I say that. Toyama starts to practice basics as usual. The aforementioned score is fixed onto a piece of red cardboard and was placed on top of a grand piano. Her face is grimmer than usual. Her tones sound somewhat unstable too.
はあ、なんか今日はいまいちだな。
Everyone has their bad days. I also mess up often during work when that happens.
朝霧くんも失敗するんだ。
Don't we all?
それはそうなんだけど、朝霧くんって何でもひょうひょうとこなすじゃない？
I'm sure that I'm just a jack of all trades.
器用だけど、自分にできないことは安請け合いしないでしょ？そこら辺のバランス感覚はすごいと思うよ。
Not really. Just the kind of person who I am from Toyama's point of view. I only understand
その
myself.
点私なんかさ、安請け合いしまくって自爆するタイプだから。
Can someone understand that?
なーに？
That's nothing.
むー。
Why is it? As I thought, Toyama's acting kind of strange today, should I say. Doesn't feel like she's the type of person to talk this much during her practice over the basics. We have exchanged light conversations before, but she's never digressed this much. As if she's averting her eyes from something on purpose.
さーて、課題曲ちょっとやってみようかな。
Sure. Toyama reaches out for a score on top of the piano. However, she can't open it that easily when it's placed on the music stand. You don't need to force yourself if you're not in shape.
でも、やるなら一日でも早い方がいいし、あんまり時間もないからね。
Toyama slowly opens the score as she says that.
あれ？なんで？
She looks at the score. Her eyelashes are trembling quietly. Steps up a clarinet after shaking her head slightly, but her trembling fingers can't even hold the tube upright. Get out of the chair and rush up to Toyama. What's wrong?
楽譜見たら、急に指が震えて。
Embrace Toyama's shoulders right away. Her entire body is shaking intensely. Large teardrops flow out from her eyes one by one. Keep it together, Toyama.
なんで私、演奏できないんだろう。
Toyama! Cover Toyama in an embrace to hide her from the score. What on earth has gotten into her? Why did this happen? I'm also in a panic. Toyama is a who was her usual self just now, suddenly became like this once she opened the score.
ダメなの？やっぱり、私にはできないの？
That's not true. I have to say something. I have to call out to her. Desperately try to come up with words while rubbing Toyama's back. What should I tell her? Toyama, you okay? Are you in pain? It's irritating how that's the only thing that I can say. Why does it hurt?
ごめん。楽譜見たら、なんか、急に不安に、あの日のことを思い出しちゃって。
She has a frightened expression. Never seen Toyama like this before.
あの時、お父さんの前で、この曲を演奏できなかった。
She continues with her lips
だって
trembling.
私、一度も練習しなかったんだもの。一人なんて、寂しくなるだけだったから。
Toyama, that's why. That's why you're going to practice it properly again, right? Say it just that. Toyama regrets how she wasn't able to perform that set piece. Regret from back then is a huge lingering trauma to Toyama right now. That's why she's practicing that piece in order to achieve emotional closure. Didn't Toyama decide to do that herself? Despite
そ
that,
う。私も、もう一度、ちゃんと練習しようって決めたの。決めたはずなのに。
she holds her head and looks downward.
この楽譜を見たら、思い出しちゃった。お父さんが、私を見て、失望してたこと。いつも隣にいてくれたお父さんが、私を冷たい目で見てたこと。
I'm scared. That's what Toyama says. Is Toyama scarring that deeply? Disappointed her dad. He looked at her with cold eyes. He's unable to remain standing just by being in front of the score. That's how deep her scar is. She keeps blaming herself, couldn't live up to their expectations. For all I know, Toyama probably doesn't notice how deep her scar is herself. To go as far as setting up the clarinet and to stand in front of the score. What should I do? The way I can do is stand beside her. Toyama. Little by little, her trembling settles down. Is there a meaning in practicing to the point of remembering such things? If Toyama remembers painful events because of that score, then it's better forgetting about the existence of the score itself. That way she wouldn't suffer like she is now, at least. However, that would only be a temporary solution. It doesn't solve the fundamental problem. Can't comprehend all of Toyama's emotions, but still, can't leave Toyama in such a state. There's no way I can go out with her and pretend that I didn't see anything. Toyama, I'll always be by your side. I'll always be here for you. So let's do our best together. Those might have been cruel words, but she has to overcome this. Toyama has to achieve emotional closure no matter what. I don't want you to have a difficult time either. But I want you to overcome this together. But I want us to overcome this together. Because I want Toyama to smile from the bottom of her heart, just like she was in that picture. I want her to regain that smile again when she was the happiest. Toyama slowly raises her head.
私も
Raises her head.
頑張りたいよ。でも、怖い。ただ楽譜を見るだけなのに。
When he said that, he bites her lips. She bites her lips. Hold on, Toyama's hard. Look at the music stand. The flimsy score is attached to the red cardboard. It's only paper, so to speak. Though it's no more than that, I can't believe that it binds our heart this much. Aren't you different now from how you were back then? Nobody will be disappointed in you, with you. Nobody will deny you. You try your hardest to practice the clarinet for that long. I want her to understand. What Toyama is looking at is her past. There's no need for Toyama to be bound by such things when she's looking at the future. By the way, funny thing that happened yesterday. I think I went into a mild trance yesterday because I watched a 3-hour review on Xenogears, and what the fuck is that story? Jesus Christ. Also, in that video, he also talks about some of the influences on the game, and he was talking about like one reappearing symbol, which is like this one-winged man and one-winged woman, like holding their hands out to each other. And I like was convinced he's gonna fucking talk about Adam Kadmon or something, but nah. Apparently I was wrong. I did 100% see it coming that he was gonna talk about the Demiurge, though. I mean, man-made creature that's called Deus, basically acting as a god for the new human race. A character called Sophia. Of course, it's the fucking Demiurge. For the people who don't know, Sophia is Gnosticism. Is the person who is a goddess, basically. In Gnosticism, the world is basically split up into like the spiritual, pure realm of good and the like physical like realm. It's basically like full of suffering, imperfection, and pain. And basically, in the pure spiritual realm, there was a goddess near the border between the two realms called Sophia, who was gripped by the desire to create something of her own in this physical realm. So she created the first demigod, which turned out to be the Demiurge, who then started to create infinite like amounts of universes with and creating humans in these universes that were all imperfect and constantly undergoing endless circles of suffering. Hence why in Gnosticism one of the goals is to reach gnosis, spiritual enlightenment, to finally be able to pass on into the spiritual realm and escape the clutches of the Demiurge, who, of course, as the ruler of the physical realm, does not want people to reach Gnosis, since he wants to continue ruling over them. And it's just a case of like, he like made like one comment and just like, oh, he's gonna talk about the Demiurge in a second, isn't he? Like then first he started talking about the monad and was like, was I wrong? And then the Demiurge came up and I just sat there like, okay, not entirely wrong. And for all the people who like listened to all of this and just sat there like, what the fuck was all of that? Don't worry about it. That was just the mythological stuff. And even that just, like, scratching the surface and nothing else. Like, in a separate video that I covered, Adam Kadmon was actually brought up. So I wasn't entirely wrong about thinking that that was a reference there. Especially since, like, Adam Kadmon is like literally like iconography with like the vessels who he poured infinite light into from his eyes is literally like the iconography used by one of the religions in the game. So like, of course, it's gonna be fucking related to Adam Kadmon. But yeah, it's all of that. And there's references to like a bunch of movies. Funny enough, people may expect to be a lot of these references to be to Evangelion, but no, this game actually, like this game actually finished the scenario writing a few months before Neon Genesis Evangelion started airing. So that's funny. Also, it was originally actually supposed to be Final Fantasy VII. Like, they actually pitched the idea for Xenogears as, like, the plans for Final Fantasy VII, but Square Enix was like, yeah, that might be a bit too dark. However, it's a good idea, so we're gonna give you, like, a smaller budget and make it a standalone title now. And that's how Disc 2 came into being at the plot chair. I'm getting weirdly obsessed with Xenogears, which is understandable because, Jesus Christ, I feel like my fucking brain is overloaded from all of that. And that's without the talk about the id, ego, and super ego already. Anyways. I'll always be here beside you. Won't work with just that. Is that not enough of a reason to hang in there? Probably have a tremendously pathetic look right now. Even though I have to encourage Toyama, I can't come up with anything to say.
Asagiri-kun.
Toyama grips my hand soon after that.
ごめんね。ずっとそばにいてくれたのに。ずっと支えていてくれたのにね。
Sorry, Yasugi. Toyama had said that numerous times.
隣にいてほしい。これからもそばにいてほしいから。
She immediately wipes her spilled tears with her finger.
私、頑張るよ。
Though her voice was low, she did indeed say that. Right.
だから、私が逃げないように、そこで見ててくれるかな。
I nod reassuringly. I'm a guy who can't do anything. I can only remain beside her. But I'll make sure to see it with my own eyes in exchange. Till Toyama is able to accept her pain. I'll always watch over Toyama next to her. You can take it slow. Let's do our best together. Toyama finally bounces back with a small smile. The trembling of her body has stopped completely. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I have like a drop again to help with my sore throat now. Anyway, the trembling of her body has stopped completely. She's grasping my hand tightly. Toyama is finally staring straight at the music stand. I'm going to end it here. Like I said, don't want to like fuck up my throat. Especially since tomorrow is going to be a long one. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one and see you next time. Bye bye.